What's going on, Bulls fans? My apologies for being a couple minutes late. Facilities. It took up a little more time than usual, but how are you guys doing today? I'm ready to see the Bulls win their third game in a row, right? Yes, their third game in a row. How are you guys doing tonight? Real big bummer that Kobe White is out with injury. The first game that we have all of our guards healthy, I think I might throw a party. All right, game is not started yet. I'm still waiting on tip off. I'd love to know how you guys feel about tonight. For anyone that is not aware, Kobe White and Tre Jones are out for the Bulls. For the Heat, Andrew Wiggins, Nikola Jovic, Terry Rozier. Don't gamble illegally, kids. And who's the other one? Terry Rozier. Oh, yeah, Tyler Hero, number one public enemy. Yes, I got you, Trev. As always, my friend. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Let me know when you have this down, and then I'm gonna delete it from the chat. But yes, Tyler Hero is probably my least favorite player in the NBA right now, other than LeBron James, who's my all-time least favorite player. But Tyler Hero is number one currently because of what he did to us last year in the play-in. So I'm a little bummed out that he's not playing because I'll be honest, I'm the kind of guy that likes to get revenge on those people. I'd rather he played and we beat him. All right, there's the stream for you, Trev. How you been feeling about the Bulls, Trev? I'd love to know since I haven't talked to you, man. How you haven't? The streams have been pretty good. I've done the last two games, and I don't know if you've seen my reactions. I've posted them, but my reaction to the Vucevic game winner last game was pretty awesome. And like, if anyone doesn't think that my reactions are like genuine, they're definitely not staged because I feel terrible, and I hope they can actually hear me right now. But like, there's people that live beneath me, and there's no chance that I would plan to lift my chair in the air and shake it and then drop it on the ground at 11:30 at night. There's no chance I would do that on purpose, like planning that, because I want my neighbors to like me. They already got to put up with me live streaming late into the night, you know. But kudos to them, though. They've never knocked on my door. Never once have they complained. I'm not quiet. I'm loud. I yell, man. Oh yeah, you're all good, Trev. You know, the hype, I think the hype really helps people, or it helps YouTube like put it on the put it on their people's homepage, but it refreshes after every Sunday. So at least, unless it's different for you, I know you're from Australia, but for me, all of my, like, I have a few accounts because I run different. I've had a few channels, and then I got my personal and whatnot, and I get 3 hypes a week, and it resets every Sunday. I'm still waiting, by the way, guys. The game is not tipped off yet. Actually, I don't have my glasses. Let me grab my game glasses, you guys. The only thing I don't love about these glasses, I love these glasses. They're probably my favorite ones, but my least favorite thing about them is that you can interpret these to me to be Miami Heat glasses. And they're not. They're sea red, the Bulls are on fire glasses. The Miami Heat do not have a trademark on fire. My best friend is also a Heat fan too, so I've had a personal beef with the Heat. In fact, I'm going to send him this stream. Jacob Reynolds, where is he at? Here he is. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what you got for me, Trev. Thank you. I appreciate you giving me all the hypes, my friend. I need to add you on my personal Instagram. I want to be able to hit you up. By the way, I don't know if any of you guys are aware, but the Windy City Bulls are going for a dynasty. The Windy City Bulls legitimately might win like the G League championship this year. They're pretty awesome. And we have Mac McClung on our team, and he just threw up 45 points for us. Between him and then Lachlan Olbrich has been dominating. He's like averaging like something crazy. His first game, he had like 28 and 15. So Olbrich is doing awesome. It's good to see. And then Essengate dropped 28 points in his first game. He had 23 in the first half. So between Essengate, Olbrich, and Mac McClung, we have a big three in the G League. They're so lucky we don't have Yuki. Yeah, Olbrich does look great. Now, I do try to caution people to temper expectations between G League and NBA. Like, Mac McClung's a great example. He's been the G League MVP, right? He's 3-time slam dunk champion. Don't get me wrong. He's got mad athleticism. He's dropping 45 for us. But if he came and tried to play in the NBA like that, he would get murdered. Like, he could probably average 10 to 15 points a game. So, like, that's how big the difference is. But Olbrich looks nice, and I like his potential. My personal feelings on him is that I think that he'll max out as a rotational center / forward. Okay, we're about to tip off here. I don't think he's ever gonna be the starting center, but all right, the Heat off the bat, they missed their first shot, and it's Bulls ball. Let's go. But I could be wrong. I hope he proves me wrong. Even if he's just a rotational center, that's awesome. All right. On offense, Josh Giddey passes to Nikola Vucevic. Oops. Vucevic hands off to, is that Io? Is that Io? Io starting tonight? Whoa. That's crazy. Matas. Io's in the starting lineup. I'm not sure why. Matas to Giddey. Giddey for 3. Bang! That's how you start a game. Let's go. Josh Giddey from downtown. On the other end, I think that's Bam goes up and under for a reverse layup. That's 2-3. 2-3. Bulls up by 1. Okoro passes to Giddey. Giddey back to Okoro on the cut. Foul on the Heat. Love to see it. Let's go Bulls. Yeah, the Detroit game was a real disaster. Utah was a heartbreaker for sure. Io passes to Vooch. Vooch to Io. Io drives to the left side of the rim. He goes baseline. He passes out to Okoro. Deep 3. He misses. Okoro played good last game, so I don't want to be too mean to him today. But Okoro, I want you to take a couple steps in there. Oh, I think Matas got a block there. Block party Matas. .24 for the Heat. Lifts a 3. He misses. Who was that? Josh Giddey comes back the other way fast. He goes to the rack and he gets 2 points. Joshua James Giddey. Captain Australia, baby. Unfortunately, he cost me a lot of money last game, but it's okay. Bam Adebayo hits a 3. Lame. You got to be okay with that if you're Chicago. 5-5. Vucevic in the corner for 3. Miss. Unfortunately. All right, back the other way. The Heat, Bam has it in the corner. He does a spin move on Vucevic, lifts a jump shot and air balls. That was brutal. Off of Kelly Ware, and that's Bulls ball. I'll tell you what, Kelly Ware would be a really nice, that's the kind of player we need right there. Even Bam, there's no chance that the Heat would do business with us, but Bam would be perfect. I would love to have Bam on the Bulls. You talking about Josh Giddey? Yeah, so I've been betting, I won 3 games in a row. I won a decent amount of money on the Bulls. The Bulls have won me $150 this year. And Josh Giddey was always my main guy. He was my main man. I was always betting him for, technical foul on the Heat. I think that's probably illegal defense. Okay. I was always betting Josh Giddey for a lot of points, assists, and rebounds. I felt like he would never miss. And then last game, I got too cocky. I put multiple. I thought I was going to win a ton of money, and instead I lost all of it because Giddey didn't have any really any points. Bummer, but it's okay. Oh, Vucevic to Io on the cut, and Io gets a nice 2-point bucket. Let's go. Back the other way for the Heat. Number 45 drives to the left side of the rim. He lifts a layup, and he misses. But it's a foul on Chicago. Boo. Who is that? Is that Davion Mitchell? Yep. Davion Mitchell at the line. He makes his first. But yeah, that was on me for putting too much on Giddey. I expected too much, too many games in a row. You should know when I should have known that he was due for a pretty kind of a bad game. I should have laid off a little bit, but it's okay. I'd already deposited $100 of winnings, so it's not like I lost everything. I already deposited money, so I'm not that worried about it. No bets tonight, though, to make up for it. Norman Powell drives to the front of the rim, and he makes a weird little jump, like, runner. Norman Powell is averaging like 25 points a game or 23 points a game for the Heat. Giddey throws it down to Vooch. Bad pass, but Vooch gets it back. Giddey directing traffic. Giddey drives the lane. He made that happen so well. He told Okoro where to cut, and then he drove himself and hit Okoro under the basket for an easy bucket. You gotta love that from Josh Giddey. Bam Adebayo underneath. He does a jump hook on Matas. Good defense, and that's a miss. Rebound, Vucevic to Giddey to Okoro to the rack. That's a foul, but they're not going to call it because they're lame. Oh, I think that's a block for Matas on Kello Ware. You better go up strong, big boy. You didn't hear? You must not have heard. Oh, Matas to the rack. That's a blocking foul. Great job by Matas to attack the rim hard. Yeah, that's what I want to see from Matas because Bam Adebayo is a big guy. Matas just put him on his backside. It's probably a charge if I'm being honest, but that's very close to being inside the circle. Thank God that wasn't a charge because I'm really tired of Matas getting in foul trouble. It's been killing him. And Billy's been punishing him for it. Matas has his game face on, man. He looks dead serious tonight. Thank you, Trev. I'm not crazy. That was a charge. Always going to root for my guys, but that was a charge. All right, Miami on the other end. They swing it around. Davion Mitchell drives to the front of the rim. Layup is good. Nice drive by Davion Mitchell. I really wish Kobe was playing in this game. He owes Davion Mitchell a 40-piece because Davion stunted on him last year in the play-in. 12-10, Bulls are up by 2. Giddey drives, kicks out to Io, but almost turns it over. Matas, you got to pay attention, brother. Matas forgot that he had a guy behind him, and he crept up behind him and stole the ball. Back the other way, Norman Powell races up for a 2-point jumper, and Giddey fouls. Bad foul by Giddey. He got stuck with his hand out. I hate the Heat so much. If you ask me, this is our main rival. This has been our main rival for like 25 years. Pretty much since Michael retired. There's not another team that we've had consistent problems with than the Miami Heat. I mean, going all the way back to the Baby Bulls 1.0 when Shaq and D Wade beat the brakes off of us 4-1 in the playoff series where they on their way to a championship. And then the next season, the Bulls swept them in the first round. It was a huge upset. And you know what? That's a great example. I should be using that team as an example. That team didn't have stars. That team was very much like this team. They had a lot of really good players. They had a guy in Ben Gordon who's similar to Kobe White, who could get really hot, who could score at an elite level, but was not an elite player. Then you had a guy like Giddey's better than Kirk Heinrich, but, you know, Matas is kind of similar to Nocioni in a way. You just had a lot of really good players on that Bulls team, a complete team that played for each other. And then in this first round, after we had gotten beat by the Heat 4-1, we came back the next season and swept them off the floor. And they had Shaq and Dwayne Wade. So for all that stuff that people say about how much star power matters, if star power mattered that much, if it was really the end-all to be-all in the playoffs, there's no chance that the Bulls would have beaten a Shaq and Dwayne Wade team 4-0 when their best player was Ben Gordon. I rest my case. Yeah, so what I think, Trev, is that I think it's two things. I think that the Bulls play so unselfishly. What's that? Back at quarter time, mate? I'm not sure what you mean by this. But I think there's two reasons for Matas's struggles. 3 reasons. Foul trouble, so he's not getting consistent minutes. 2, the Bulls play so unselfishly that he's not able to really, like, if this was a less deep team, he would have to get the minutes no matter what. And he would be able to shoot himself out of his slump because there'd be nobody else to take shots. But because there's so many players on his team that can play and so many players that take shots because everybody's unselfish, it's hard for him to break out or break through a slump when he's struggling, at least on offense, because that's not what their offense is. Their offense isn't just give the ball to somebody and let them score. And then 3, I think that he cares too much. I think that he wants to be great so badly that it's getting to him mentally. He's thinking too much instead of just playing. Giddey with a pass inside to Vooch. There's no foul on that. Come on, man. I think they did call a foul. It's annoying to listen to a game with or watch a game with no sound sometimes. So I think Matas is going to be fine. But we just have to remember that he is still 21 years old. You say he's making rookie mistakes. I mean, to be honest with you, he still hasn't played a full season. He, by all measures, kind of still is a rookie. He just doesn't carry himself like one, so it's easy to expect more from him. Vucevic goes 2 of 2 at the line. That's a 14-11 Bulls lead. 7:12 to go in the first quarter. Back the other way, Norman Powell drives. He kicks back out to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell raises a 3 and he misses. Rebound, Isaac Okoro. Back the other way. Pat Williams, back to Giddey. Giddey dribbles. Nice pass into Okoro, and that's an easy layup. My God. Giddey is throwing dimes right now, baby. Dimes. Back the other way. Norman Powell drives baseline. He kicks out to... I got to figure out which... The Heat switch out white players on their bench so often. I'm not sure who that one is. Oh, is that Pat Williams? What a move by Pat Williams. He drove to the middle of the rim and went up and under on the left side. Great move. Pat is playing with some serious confidence right now. Davion Mitchell drives on the other end really fast. He goes to the right side of the rim and scores. 18-13, Bulls lead by 5. 6:10 to go in the first quarter. Pat Williams, oh, you should just lift that 3, brother. Just lift it. Kevin Huerter with the ball. Oh, he gets poked out by this. Who is this guy? I think Kevin Huerter just got a block. Oh, no, Pat, no. Just let him have it. Kello Ware gets an offensive rebound, and he scores the putback. I can't take another game with a lot of offensive rebounds. Please, God, don't let it happen. Kevin Huerter got a block on Ware from behind, but to be fair, they were on a fast break, and the Bulls were outnumbered. Kevin Huerter's averaging a block a game, and it's actually nuts. In no way, shape, or form should Kevin Huerter be averaging a block a game 15 games into the season. That's what you call defensive IQ. Josh with a dime pass down to Vucevic. He passes back out to Giddey. Giddey drives back to Vooch. Vooch underneath. Vooch, just go right up with it, bro. Come on, defense. Back to the way, and the defense gets a stop. Good contest at the rim. Kevin Huerter with the rebound to Giddey. Giddey down to Vooch. No foul? Giddey, no. Get back on defense. Davion Mitchell for 3. Air ball. Air ball. Giddey's going to take a seat. Giddey is throwing some dimes today. You love to see it. I love to see it. We all love to see it. Miami Heat, Norman Powell at the top of the key. He drives past Okoro. Nice layup. I don't know where Norman Powell has come from, but he is playing very, very good basketball this season. Oh, great play by Patrick Williams and Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith acts like he's going to set a pick for Pat. Then he did a slip. Pat with a bounce pass, and they get an easy dunk. I love it. Slam dunk, baby. Back the other way, and the Bulls give up an easy dunk underneath the Kello Ware. Who is that for the Heat? Someone, they got Pell Larson. The Bulls lift a three, and they miss, but Bulls ball. Good hustle by Jalen Smith, made it go off of Kello Ware. Who is this guy for the Heat? Who's this big white dude? I think that's Fettuccino or Fontecchino. The Miami Heat do such a great job of finding no-name players, and it's hard to keep up with them. Something to look out for. The Miami Heat have Jameer Young on their bench. Anybody who is a big Bulls fan would know Jameer Young was our best G League player last year. Back on the other end, who shot that for the Bulls? The Bulls lift a three and they miss. I think that was... Is that Tre Jones? Is Tre Jones back tonight? Tre Jones is back tonight. I thought Tre Jones was out. That's awesome. The Miami Heat hit a three. 23-20. So, Billy started Io instead of Tre Jones. Interesting decision. Io Dosumu drives to the rack, lays it in. Io Dosumu is absolutely balling this year. The only reason I don't want him to start is because I think he can win Sixth Man of the Year. Oh, good defense by Herter, causes a steal. Io back the other way. Io goes to the rim. He misses. Oh, thank God. Tre Jones with an offensive rebound, which is super impressive because he is 6'0". For Tre Jones to get an offensive rebound and get a foul on the offensive putback is awesome. That is hustle. He's 6'1". Oh, my God. Norman Powell limps off for the Miami Heat. Wow. That changes everything. He's their leading scorer. That makes this game a must-win if he's out. Tre Jones makes the first free throw. What's going on, Pops? I need a TV timeout so I can get my other banners up here. 24-23. Bulls lead by 1. 3:25 to go in the first quarter. The Bulls are 7-7 at the line so far. It's nice to be back at home. Fontecchino for the Heat drives, kicks out. I think that's Jamie. Who is that? Number 12. Who's number 12 for the Heat? Smith. Oh, Drew Smith. I wonder if see, like, I've never heard of Drew Smith in my life. They have Keshad Johnson on the bench. I've heard of Simone Fontecchino because I had him on my fantasy basketball team for a minute. Jameer Young, though, I would like to see him play. I was a big fan of Jameer Young. I thought that he had some like low-level Jalen Brunson type of skill. He averaged like 23 points and like 7 assists in the G League last year. The Miami Heat go 2-2 at the line. It's 25-24. Miami Heat lead by 1. 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Io Dosumu takes it down. He passes to Matas. Back to Io. Io drives to the rack, kicks it back to Dalen Terry, to Jalen Smith for 3, and he misses. Matas hustles for the rebound, but doesn't quite get it back. Back in transition. Who is that? Yaquez Jr. gets the bucket for the Heat. 27-24, Heat lead. Matas raises up for three. That's a miss. Dang it. Bench mob is not coming out firing too well. Oh my God. Matas, see, I don't like that call. Matas keeps getting called for stuff like this. Like the Miami Heat player, when it was out of control, Matas stood there with his hands straight up. It shouldn't be a foul. I just don't think that's a foul. I don't know. Let me get the rest of my banners up here real quick, Bulls Nation. I'd love to. Any thoughts you guys have? I'd love to hear them. Also, everyone in the chat, I'd love to know, where are you seeing red from right now? Let me know where you reside. Also, everybody, while we have a commercial break, I'm going to put this up on the screen. We are doing a Chicago Bulls ticket giveaway, my friends. If you live in the Midwest, or heck, man, even if you want to just win some tickets, possibly, and if you can't go, you can give them to someone that you know, and they can go. Go ahead and enter our contest. In order to enter, you can like this video, comment C red. However, I would, I use this slide for my regular videos. I would actually say, if you want to enter, come to our X account or go to one of my regular videos. Go to my last regular video that I released about an hour ago, or like 2 hours ago, about Kobe White. And like that video and comment there. But also, if you turn on notifications and you'll get an extra entry. And if you go to a pinned tweet on X, you can follow the directions there and also get an entry. I seen somebody on X complain about the things that we ask you to do in order to win stuff. And I got to ask you guys, I mean, I don't think that asking someone to like and comment and follow is a big deal for free things. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I thought that was just kind of funny. Never heard somebody complain about free stuff. Slayer, middle of nowhere, Queensland, Australia. See red, let's go Bulls. Closest town is 20 miles away. That's funny. That reminds me of where I was stationed when I first joined the U.S. Army. I'll talk about in a second. Back the other way, the Bulls trail by 5, 24-29, 2:14 to go in the first quarter. Tre Jones drives to the rack. Nice jump. That was not an easy runner from Tre Jones. Well done. 26-29, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Miami Heat play a lot like the Bulls. They share the heck out of the ball. They get an open three and they make it. That's Drew Smith. Jalen Smith on the other end. He comes down and he hits a three. Sticks, baby. Let's go. Sticks has been awesome for the Bulls recently. Fonchino drives to the Heat. They kick it around. They swing it. Oh, my God. Guys, I need you to get the rebounds. Offensive rebound for the Heat. Fonticino lifts a three for the Heat. Dalen Terry fouls. I hate the Heat. I hate them so much. They drive me crazy because it never fails. There's always no-name players on their team off the bench that roast us. Every year, there's a random no-name guy that absolutely lights us up. This year, they've got a few candidates. Fontecchino here is a candidate. We got Drew Smith, Kayer Johnson, like guys I have no idea. Fontecchino misses his second free throw. He made the first. Julian Phillips has entered the ball game for the Bulls. Takes out Matas. Matas got a lot of run here in the first quarter. Nice start for Matas. 6 points, 1 assist, 1 block. All right, back the other way. Heat are up by 5, 34-29. Jalen Smith has the ball, but he picked up his dribble. Okay, he gets it to Io. Kicks it over to Dalen Terry. Dalen Terry had an awesome game yesterday, or the other day. Jalen Smith for 3. Oh, kind bounce. That's when you know you're living right. 3-pointer for Jalen Smith. They hit the far iron, and it bounced up and rolled around and dropped in. 8 points for Jalen Smith to start this game. Good defense. Oh, offensive rebound for the Heat. This is going to take years off of my life, Bulls Nation. Drew Smith pump fakes, drives, gets fouled, and shoots. He just threw up a prayer, and it got answered. That's awful. If he tried that 100 times, he wouldn't make it more than once. God, I hate the Heat so much. 36-32, 4-point ball game. 33 seconds. Io pump fakes, drives to the middle of the rack. He puts a shoulder down, misses the shot. You got to make that shot wide open. 4-point ball game. 19 seconds to go in the first quarter. About a 3-second difference between the shot clock and the play clock. The Heat are probably going to take the last shot of the quarter. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to say his name wrong. It's not Jamie Yaquez. I feel like there's definitely some spin on how you say that. I don't know. I'm bad with names. Did he try to inbound? Io gets a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. 4.6 seconds left on the clock. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Come on, Bulls. Don't let up an easy bucket here. You've played a good possession. Fontecchino with a fadeaway 3-pointer, and he misses. Thank God. Jalen Smith from full court. Oh, that was actually kind of close, but it misses. Well, that's quarter one. The Bulls will go into the first or second quarter down by 4. I felt like they didn't play a very great game. I thought the Heat played very well. The problem for the Bulls is that they did not stop the offensive rebound again. The Heat had 4 offensive rebounds, and the Bulls had 3 turnovers. You combine those things. The Bulls had 8 offensive. The Bulls actually had, never mind. We had 1 offensive rebound. But the Heat had 7 more shots than we did. And it's like I said last game, like we won that game against the Blazers, but the Blazers had 14 more shots on goal than us. It's really hard to win a game when you shoot that many less shots than your opponent, especially in the pros. Like the pros, the averages always win out. And when you give another team 14 extra chances to score, your odds are not going to be good in the pros. Yeah, the bench misses Kobe. I'll be honest, though. I can't wait to see him. I think the bench misses Io. I don't want to. I don't want to call on Kobe as like because we were scoring a lot of points on the bench. You know, we were averaging 48 points a game from the bench without Kobe. I don't want to consider him a bench player, even though I know he's been adding to those totals. But I think he's a starter, right? I I think they're missing Io. Um, I wonder why Io got the start tonight over Tre Jones. It's very curious. We're also really missing. I mean, we when we get our full team back, the Bulls are 5 points away from averaging more points per game than any bench in history. For anyone that hasn't heard me tell, that hasn't heard this or hasn't seen the video that I made, the Bulls bench is performing so good. They are by far right now the top bench in Bulls history. They're averaging 7 points more a game than any other bench that has ever played for the Bulls. And we've had some great benches. They're averaging 48 points a ball game. Our best bench before that was 41. Oh, we got Javon Carter in. We've got Mr. Instant Offenses in the game. Jalen Smith traveled. Yeah, I agree with you on this, Trev. I feel like we've been the victims of some really poor officiating. What? Giddey just got called for a foul? No. That wasn't that's awful, man. Let him battle for the like, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna get worked up. All right. Javon Carter playing D, switches off to Giddey. Giddey D'ing up on Drew Smith. Drew Smith loses the ball. Good defense by Josh Giddey. Good switch. Norman Powell's riding the bike, trying to get ready to go back in. No offense. I hope he's okay injury-wise, but I hope he doesn't come back. The Bulls turn it over. Oh, yeah, man. You're no worries, bro. Watch the game. I'm never going to be so arrogant or like so selfish that I want you to miss the game for me. Watch the game. Offensive foul on the Miami Heat on the rebound. I love it. You can't do that, Bam. You can't do that. Oh, he full on shoved Julian Phillips. What do you think this is, dude? Josh Giddey takes a handoff from Jalen Smith. Back out to Dalen Terry. Dalen Terry crossover, goes to the rack. Really nice move, but he didn't finish. Come on, Bulls. Back on defense. Drew Smith swings it to Fonacino, swings it to number 9 for the Heat. Who is that? That's Pell Larson. Where do they get these guys from, man? Bam Adebayo goes baseline. He gets fouled by Jalen Smith. Jalen, you got to play better defense there. You can't give up the baseline. That's one of the biggest rules in basketball. No, you're okay, Mom. Welcome to the party. I was gonna say, Trev, I don't know if did you hear what I said about the bench and how they're performing like in historical context? Miami Heat go 2-2 at the foul line. 38-32. Bulls down by 6. 10:18 to go in the first quarter. Sorry, second quarter. Oh, Giddey with the fake handoff. Ah, Giddey, you got to hit the runner, though. He misses the wide open runner on the baseline. Those are the opportunities that we cannot afford to miss. Giddey, I would have liked to see you just flush that, brother. No over the back. All right, okay. The Miami Heat get the rebound. What? Come on, man. A foul again on the rebound? The Miami Heat are being physical. Let us get physical back. I hate this. Like, the Miami Heat just came up over the back to get their rebound. How is that rebound any worse? The foul they called on us, there's no... whatever. It's garbage. It's trash. We're at home, man. We're at home. I hope someday, like, there's some way that they can make refereeing automated, because I'm ready for a machine that does not know bias to call these games. Human error in basketball drives me absolutely nuts, because it's so... There's so many, I don't know, there's so much preference, and there's so much favoritism. I don't like it. It's just getting worse and worse with all the crying, and now that there's gambling, you just don't know. All that stuff with Chauncey Billups. Terry Rozier was a Miami Heat player, by the way. Keep that in mind. Yes, I'm wearing this hoodie every game, Mom. And I'm 2-0. We're 2-0 while I'm wearing the hoodie, so when we lose, I'll wear something different next game, but until we lose, I have to wear this every game that I stream. By the way, everybody, I'm not going to be on tomorrow's stream. My mom's birthday is this weekend, and so we're doing birthday dinner with the family tomorrow. And so I'll be tweeting, but I will not be streaming. And I'm going to make an after game video, but I will not be streaming. Okay? I apologize for that, everybody, but family has to come first. Do we got any Miami Heat fans in the chat? I didn't have this up in time. I was making this earlier, and I didn't have it up in time to ask before the game. But I'm curious if there's any Miami Heat fans in the chat. If there are any, type your MIA. Also, I thought Kobe was going to play in this game. I made these earlier. But if you are ready to see the Bulls extinguish the Heat, which this is still going to happen, my friends. We are losing right now, but we're totally going to come back. I feel it. I know it. I always have faith. Hit that like button if you believe too. And I wanted to see Kobe White avenge his play-in performance. I was going to say, let's go Kobe in the chat, but unfortunately, he sat out. I guess he's going to play tomorrow against the Wizards, which I would have switched that, but whatever. I don't make the decisions. All right, back on the other end, Okoro goes baseline. He tries to go up with it, and he gets blocked, and he touched it, and now it's off the Bulls. 8-point ball game. The Bulls have gone cold. We really need the offense to get going. I need Josh to get going. I would like to see Josh start to try and take over a little bit here. The last few games, he hasn't done a great job at drawing fouls like he was. Miami Heat miss a 3. Bam misses the 3. Rebound Giddey. Giddey to Javon Carter. He lifts a 3 unconscious. He misses. I like the guy. I like the shot though, because Javon Carter has been our best 3-point shooter so far this season. So I like him getting some shots up. That's the only reason he's out there. So Pell Larson goes isolation and goes up and under and he scores. Josh Giddey back the other way. He drives, spin moves, kicks it to Javon Carter. Javon Carter dribbles, kicks over to Jalen Smith, kicks it to Kevin Herter. Herter with a deep three. Oh, cash money, baby. Red velvet. Let's go. We needed that. We needed that bad. Back the other way fast. The Miami Heat get it down to Bam, and they call a foul. I don't know. Kevin Herter and Jalen Smith are having somewhat of an animated discussion over what happened there. Every time we score, they're catching us asleep out back the other way. We're having a hard time making a run because the Heat are coming back down fast. I think these are two of the top 3 teams in terms of pace, but I could be wrong. Heat miss or make the first free throw. It's 43-35, 8-point ball game, 8:24 to go in the second quarter. Yes. I think you mean the Blazers. But yes, our size is coming back to haunt us, and we're not crashing the boards enough as a team, and we're not boxing out. It needs to be a team-wide effort. And honestly, Vucevic needs to be dominating boards when he's in. Vuce and Herter play a 2-man game. Herter lifts from 3 and he misses. Back the other way. Come on, defense. We need to stop here. Bulls are down by 9. A runner from the Heat, they miss, and they get an offensive rebound, and they score. Norman Powell's back in the game for the Heat. That's not good for the Bulls. Matas Buzelis on offense tries to drive, kicks to Okoro. Okoro to Herter. Herter tries to throw it into Vooch, but it gets deflected by the Heat. The Bulls are just getting out hustled. That's it. End of story. Bulls inbound the ball to Isaac Okoro. Isaac Okoro dribbles. He goes to the rack. Where's the foul? Oh my God. Okay? They call an extremely late foul. Oh, wait. No, they called goaltending. Okay. Extremely late call for goaltending, too. The refs were like, it's like they really didn't want to call it. Like, they badly didn't want to call anything, and they had to. Like, I hate, see, like, late calls like that, that gives me, it's as bad as when they wait for the shot to miss and then they call the foul. That stuff is so weak. Vucevic falls asleep underneath the rim, and they alley-oop it to Kello Ware for a dunk. Oh, my God, man. 11-point game. Bulls are down by 11. Wide open Kevin Herter 3, and he misses. This is not good, guys. I do not like the effort from the Bulls so far. The Miami Heat come down, and they hit a 3. Kicked ball on the Heat. I'm like, that alley-oop was so easy for the Heat that it makes me sick. Like, what is Vooch doing? He wasn't guarding anybody. Matas was guarding the guy that had the ball. I don't understand what Vooch was doing. This is the thing. Like, I want to like Vooch. Vooch just hit a game winner, and he's making it hard again. Okay, the Bulls get a stop. Thank God. They get the rebound. Ayo Dosunmu back the other way to the rack, and he misses. An easy layup. We got to make these shots, man. The Heat they run. They get it down to Kello Ware, and they get an and one bucket. I don't think that's a foul either. Like, I think that Matas got ball. I don't know. That was probably a foul, to be honest with you. I'm not going to hate on that one. As we know in the NBA, these leads can go back and forth very quickly. And maybe the Bulls needed to be down in a game to actually light a fire underneath them and like actually come out strong. And I don't know. They're down by 17. There's a lot of ball game left though. Aodosumu goes to the rack, lays it in. Great job, Io. Way to make up for that last miss. All right, let's get it. We got to get a stop. Back the other way. Pelle Larsson lifts a 3 in the corner and they hit it. We can't trade buckets like that. We got 2, they got 3. That's not in our favor. Okoro on the perimeter, kicks it to Pat. Pat lifts a 3. Misses. The Bulls are playing bad. Offense does not look good. They don't look confident. We need Kobe badly. The Miami Heat lift a long 3, and he knew he hit it. He was running backwards before. He didn't even look. Davion Mitchell from like Steph Curry range. And then Vooch gets the ball at the top of the key and shoots an absolutely awful air ball. There's not a lot of good. I want to focus on something positive, and I can't. It's 60-39. The Bulls are down by 21. 4:50 to go. 4:54 to go in the second quarter. Jamie Watt, whatever. Number 11. I can't say his name. Number 11 for the Heat. Absolutely does in our player. Scores an easy layup. Then the Bulls get it in the corner, and Pat Williams steps out of bounds. They are disintegrating in front of our eyes. This is the worst game that they've played all season so far. It's not close. Norman Powell lifts a 3, and that was awful. Thank God. All right. Tre Jones with the rebound. They come back the other way. Tre Jones, get us some good possessions, brother. Oh, my God. He turns it over. What are they doing? Calm down. The Heat come back the other way and throw an alley-oop. They're acting like they're playing with no confidence. It's really disturbing. I don't understand what's happening. I hope that Chicago's booing if you're in attendance there. Pat Williams gets the ball in the post. He goes up and under, gets fouled. What are you doing, Tre Jones? Like, it's awful. You can't just try and throw it up over Kello Ware like it's not a big deal. Like, he's super athletic. They're being so careless. And we were off yesterday, so there's no excuse. Pat Williams leaves the first free throw short. Like, they're playing like they're tired. They did just have a road trip, so I get that. But, like, it has to be better than this. I don't mind a loss. It can't be this bad. The play can't be this bad. Pat Williams makes a second. 40-64, 24-point lead for the Miami Heat. They are absolutely scraping us in this quarter. Number 11 for the Heat goes to the rim and he misses. Tre Jones gets an easy look at the basket and blows it. Back the other way, Matas absolutely devours a shot on defense. Nice to see somebody that cares a little bit. Thank you, Matas. Josh Giddey comes back the other way and forces the issue and gets fouled. They need to make a little run right now. Make this a little bit more stomach. If they can get this down to like 16 before halftime, that would be a huge win. Giddey at the line makes the first. I think that the situation calls for these glasses. Do I like the way the Bulls are playing? No. Josh Giddey misses the free throw. What's the problem here? Oh, foul on the Miami Heat. We missed the free throw, but we were about to get the rebound. I'm not sure who fouled for the Heat. Eric Spoelstra is such a jerk. He's the best coach in the NBA. What I would give to have Spoelstra as my NBA coach. All right, Vucevic has the ball, drives in on Kello Ware, spin move, nice little jump hook. Nice move, Vooch. 64-42. Bulls are down by 22. We need stops. Norman Powell, oh, he blows it. He had a nice move, but he blew it. Back the other way. Matas down to Vooch. Vooch is in the post, kicks it to Giddey on the cut. Giddey lays it in. Love that. Nice job, Bulls. They cut it to 20. Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. He smells what's happening, and he takes a timeout. That's a great timeout by Eric Spoelstra. The Bulls might have just went on a run if he didn't do that. They still might, but that's a perfect time for a timeout if you're Eric Spoelstra. Well, it's been bad. The bright side here is that there's a lot of ball game left. If you're going to fall apart like this, the best time to do it is early. Because the way that, the NBA is now with all of the shooters and everything, it's really hard for a team to keep a big lead for an entire game. So, with that in mind, the Bulls will have plenty of opportunities to whittle this down and make it a ball game by the fourth quarter. But they need to settle down. They need to start making some shots, get some open threes, and more than anything, they need to rebound the ball. The Miami Heat have 7 offensive rebounds. The Bulls have 1. It's hard to win the game when you're being out rebounded on the offensive glass by 6, and it's not even halftime. The Heat are also taking care of the ball exceptionally well. They only have 2 turnovers. No turnovers from their starting 5. Whereas the Bulls have 8 turnovers, including 4 from their starting 5. I'll give you guys some stats. Isaac Okoro has 6 points, 1 rebound. He is a minus 18 on the court. There's 3 players on our team with a minus 18. He's one of them. Wow, the other 2 actually stunned me. Matas is actually a +1 on the court right now, which is nuts. I don't know why he only has 8 minutes. He does have 2 fouls. But we need to play if he doesn't get a 3rd foul before the second quarter's over, he needs to play in a lot of the second half. I don't know why Billy is punishing him so much and not letting him play the same amount of minutes as the rest of the starting 5, but that needs to change tonight. Because clearly he's one of the only effective players out there. Giddey's only a -5. It looks like Giddey, Pat Williams, and Matas have been the most effective players out there in terms of staying up with the Heat. Bam from the corner for 3. He misses. And, good hustle from Tre Jones. That was going to be an offensive rebound, but his hustle made sure that it wasn't. Great job by Tre. We need more of that. Giddey goes to the rack. I think he got his shot blocked. It was not good. He went off backboard, but it didn't even hit iron. Bulls ball. The Heat turned it over. Who do you think you are? Vooch was about to shoot that like he was Steph Curry. Oh, Vooch with a great pass to Josh Giddey. They call goaltending. I love it. Great job by Josh Giddey. Now we're down to an 18-point ball game here. The Bulls have an opportunity. If they can, there's a minute 50 left to go. Keep this run going. They can take momentum back, go into halftime with momentum and only down, 14, 16 points. That'd be huge. Great defense from Tre Jones underneath the basket. They had an easy layup. He rips it. He rips down. He steals the ball. Back the other way, and Matas Buzelis with the dunk. Heck of a job by Tre Jones. 9-0 run by the Bulls in the last 2:30. That's what I'd like to see, man. I said that they needed to make a run right here, and they answered the call. Back the other way. Who was that? Davion Mitchell, the Bulls killer, hits a nice little crossover jumper. 18-point ball game. Matas gets the ball. He goes to the rack. He goes with the left hand, and he scores. I think it was a foul too, but, the refs hate Matas, so. Great job by the Bulls. They've really answered the bell here in a second. They obviously got to play better, but they could have been down a lot more. Giddey's got to play better defense on number 11. Number 11 is eating him up a little bit. He scores 68-50. Bulls down by 18. Giddey to the rack. Nice pass to Vooch. That was great drive by Giddey. Nice little dump pass to Vooch underneath the basket. 16-point game. 32 seconds left. I think the Bulls will get the last shot. The Heat, Norman Powell has the ball. Oh my God, they bail him out with the. Norman Powell is selling some crap every time he goes up for a 2-pointer. He's acting like. Let me see this. That's awful. Norman Powell just sold them a bag of goods. That wasn't a foul, man. And see, that's a terrible call. That really swings momentum. It's not that kind of stuff. It drives me nuts. It's a 17-point game. If they don't call that, Norman Powell misses that shot like he deserved to for making that stupid motion. He assumed that Pat Williams was going to reach in and foul him, so he did some double clutch crap, and the ref fell for it. But Pat never touched him. It was awful, man. Awful. And that makes it an 18-point ball game instead of the Bulls being able to make it a 13 or a 14-point game. That's a huge difference. The referees control way too much of the game in the NBA sometimes. I don't like to blame them, but it's whack. It's not goaltending. Vooch drives the lane and kicks it to Giddey, and Giddey tries a little shot. He gets rejected into the 10th row. Vooch for 3. What was that, Vooch? You had over a second to shoot the ball, dude. When I tell you that this ball wasn't close, it was like a 10-year-old shot the ball. What was that, Vooch? Nocturnal, you drive me crazy, man. You go too much with the game by game. You gotta not be, not go so up and down. The Bulls need Kobe White. They really do. Who asked? Beepa asked, when's Zach back? very soon, I believe. It was a 4-week injury, and they announced it right before the start of the season. And they actually announced it about a month ago right now. So he's supposed to be reevaluated very, very soon. Probably this week. Now, I don't want to say that he's going to come back right away. I almost can guarantee that this is what's going to happen. But, until the Bulls, get Kobe back full time, it's going to probably be like this. But it is a little frustrating because we played a lot of really a lot of really good teams to start the year, and we didn't ever it never looked like we were so outmatched in size. But for whatever reason, the last couple games, it has looked that way. I will say that the Heat, where's a problem. Like the Kello Ware Bam Adebayo combo is really good. And it does present a big problem for the Bulls. We need Zach back. I feel like when we play the Heat, here's what I'd actually like to do. I'd like to move Okoro to the bench, move Matas down to the 3, start Jalen Smith at the 4, and play Vooch at the 5. Because I think we have to give them a little more size. And then I think you have whoever's guarding whoever's guarding Matas at the 3, I think you have a very good mismatch there. Instead of Matas playing against Kello Ware, because I don't like that. I don't like Matas playing against Kello Ware or against Bam Adebayo. I don't think that that's a favorable matchup for Matas. I really think that Matas' natural position is the 3. I don't love him at power forward. It's fine against smaller teams. But against teams with size, it ends up just getting Matas in foul trouble, and then one of our best offensive players has to sit the bench. But what do I know? I'm not a Hall of Fame coach. So, good morning, Neil. That's exactly what Trev said. He just said it too right here. Yeah, I think so. I think that we're gonna rally because I don't think that the Miami Heat are that great, and I think that they made a lot of shots. Like how well did they shoot in that half? We actually shot a higher field goal percentage. But they shot a better percentage from 3. They also shot 22 free throws. Oh my God. I didn't realize it was that bad. They shot twice as many free throws as us. See, now that's when I go back. That's when I'm like, I think about it and I'm like, I don't think that we played exceptionally physical. So where are all those fouls? Like, I think the refs are bad. I don't think they respect the Bulls at all. Jalen Smith got eaten alive in this game. Maybe I'm wrong by saying he needed to play more. Jalen Smith's a minus 17. I don't know if it was his fault though. He had 8 points. He was 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2. Yeah, let me go through the stats for you guys. Okoro has 6 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 0 of 1 from downtown, 1 rebound. He's a minus 18. I don't want him to start. I just don't know why we keep starting him. Matas Buzelis has 6 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3. Is this updated? I thought he already had 6 before he got that dunk. I guess not. I guess he did. I guess he only has 6. Okay. Matas, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He had 2 turnovers, but he also had a block. He was only a -5 on the court, which is one of the better numbers on the team. Nikola Vucevic had 6 points, 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from downtown, and his threes today have been awful. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, -7. That's okay. Ayo Dosunmu has 6 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 1 assist, -15 on the court for Ayo. That's unlike him. Makes me wonder if he really should be playing, if he's meant to be playing off the bench. Jalen Smith had 9 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and 1 block. -11 for Jalen Smith. Patrick Williams had 10 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 block. Only a -3 for Pat. Pat's defense has been good. I wish we would see more of him, if I'm being honest. Like, Okoro got 18 minutes. He led the team in minutes. Like, what has Okoro done to lead the team in minutes? That's when I start thinking that, like, I've been trying to give Billy the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know how I can give him an excuse. I can't think of any excuses for Okoro to play more minutes than anyone else. He played 3 more minutes than everyone else on the team. Vucevic and Giddey had 15 minutes each. That was the closest. Whatever. I would like to see Pat had 10 minutes. I'd like to see that flipped. Dalen Terry had 5 minutes. He was 0-1 from the field, 2 assists for Dalen Terry, a -7 for him. Julian Phillips had 3 minutes, and he did some Tony Snell out there, but he had a block. He didn't really play enough to do anything, though. Javon Carter had 4 minutes, 0-1 from 3, 0-1 from the field. That was at 3. -5 for him. Kevin Huerter had 9 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 1 of 3 from downtown, 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 1 block. But Kevin Huerter in his 9 minutes was a -15. So, like, that 9-minute stretch is where we lost the whole game so far, basically. We're down by 18 points. So we were a -15 in a 9-minute stretch. And that was that. Tre Jones had 6 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 2 steals. He was a -7. I'd like to see more of Tre Jones. I don't think 6 minutes is enough for him. Like, we don't need to give them the minutes to, like, pick one between Javon Carter and Dalen Terry, and let Tre get those minutes. Everyone that's on our team has played tonight. They must be tired. I don't know. I can't think of any reason for the minute distribution is kind of nuts. Josh Giddey has the highest plus-minus on the team. He's a even 0 in his 15 minutes of playing time. And I think that just kind of shows you, like, right now, when Josh Giddey wasn't on the floor, we had a really hard time running the offense. I thought that Ayo has turned more into a shooting guard than a point guard. He doesn't really initiate the offense very well. He doesn't get everybody involved that great. I think he only averages like 3 assists a game right now. Josh Giddey, on the other hand, is averaging a triple-double. He's got 10 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. So, yeah, I mean, Josh Giddey is everything right now. We really need Kobe back. We could have really, really used Kobe tonight. I agree with this. I don't understand why we picked the Wizards game, because Kobe was flat out honest. He was like, I'm only going to play one of those games. And he didn't make it sound like it was up to him. because he made it sound like he could go for either one of them. Let's see here. Great minds, Trev Smith. Killing us on the boards and second chance opportunities, yes. I don't know if it's dead legs. I know we just came back from that road trip. I don't want to make excuses though. I don't love that. I have the reason for the free throw discrepancy. Tony brothers. Are those referees? Also, Terry Rozier is a Miami Heat player. And you can take from that what you will. Agreed, but after a few games 4 and Zach getting his fitness back in games like this where we struggle on the boards, lineup needs to be Giddey, Kobe, Matas at the 3, Vooch at the 4, and Zach at the 5. I would you gotta flip Vooch and Zach. Vooch isn't fast enough to play power forward. The power forwards in this league would imagine if Vooch was guarding Matas. Matas would toast him for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. So I would play Vooch at the 5. I actually think Vooch is bigger too. He doesn't play bigger. But I think Zach is I think they're around the same height, but Vooch weighs more, and Zach is definitely faster. So I would I guess it doesn't matter technically which one's the power forward and which one's the center. But just for lineup purposes when you're writing it out, I would personally keep Zach at the 4 and Vooch at the 5. Just because I don't I think about Vooch guarding a power forward and it gives me nightmares. Imagine him trying to guard Kello Ware right now. I don't know, man. He's okay against Bam because Bam's not as athletic as Kello Ware, but power forward, there's a lot of good athletes at power forward these days. Look at Matas, Vooch, and Giddey woke up a bit too close to half. Tre Jones was active with a couple of steals too. I agree. Smith and I are rotating regularly in. Agreed as well. The first 3 quarters never count. In the NBA, this is kind of true. Now, in the modern NBA anyway. Unless it's a 30-point ball game, anything can happen entering the fourth quarter. Anything. Jones coming back from injury, though. Yeah, it's probably why he's not starting, I would imagine. Should have played Kobe tonight and sat him tomorrow. Agree. Tony Brothers is the official. He always officiates anti-Bulls. Okay, get him out of the league. I did notice the fatigue in a few shots that barely made the rim. Yes, and it looks like Vooch in particular is exhausted. That last 3-pointer was maybe the worst shot I've ever seen Vucevic take. It wasn't close at all. He shot it like he had 0.4 to go on the clock, and he had a minute, or he had a full second and a half. I don't know why. It was embarrassingly bad. Fair enough about Vooch at the 4. I understand why you probably said that, right? I think you probably said that because you thought that Vooch would have a better chance to rebound against 4s and Zach would have a better chance to body some centers because he's more active. And I think in that regard, you have a point, but Vooch is such a tower, man. He's so stationary. I just can't see any position for him other than center. Jalen Smith and Zach Collins, I like them at the 4. You can see them playing the 4. All right, we're back. Thank you, Neil. You're the man. All right, Matas has the ball. He drives. He kicks out to Vooch in the corner. Vooch misses. Oh, no. Matas is staying on the ground. Is he okay? Please say you're okay, Matas. Kello Ware lifts a 3. He misses. Giddey with the rebound. We have to take a timeout. Please say that Matas is okay. No! Well, that just made me feel like total crap. I mean, when you say out, I mean, I just seen that replay, and I don't think he's going to play any more of this ball game. That's a ankle sprain for sure. That could be a week, 2 weeks. That's going to hurt a lot. He's the only shot blocker we have on this team. This sucks. Prayers up for Matas. Nocturnal. Come on, man. Are you always like this when the Bulls lose? It was always going to be like there. I mean, I'm not sure what people expected. We were always going to have, it was going to be an up and down year from the start because we're so young. Guys are still developing, and we're not a finished product yet. Some games we're going to look really good. Other games we're going to look really, inexperienced and make a lot of mistakes. Well, Matas was able to kind of get off on with some help, so thank God for that. But all right, Okoro drives to the rim. No, it's not a goaltend. Kello, God, we could use Kello Ware so bad. He's a shot blocking menace. That's what we're missing. Like the only player on our team that can recover like that to block a shot is Matas. We passed it into Vooch we were almost out on the shot clock. He got his shot blocked. Davion Mitchell underneath to Kello Ware for a dunk. This is going to be brutal without Matas, man. 20-point ball game. 72-52. Let's see. Come on, Bulls. Prove me wrong. Let's rally. Vucevic underneath. Back out to Io. Back down to Vooch. Vooch turns it over. Vooch, what are you doing, bro? Davion Mitchell for 3. Air ball. You love to see that from Davion Mitchell. He likes to brag. The Bulls come back down and turn it over. We are wasting way too many opportunities. Every time the Heat give us an opening, we're wasting it. It's Vucevic is killing us tonight, man. The Heat miss a 3. Dalen Terry gets a rebound. Come on, Josh. Get us a good basket or get us a good possession. Josh drives, kicks out to Okoro for 3. Okoro makes it. Nice job. Josh is our only hope. Way to go, Giddey. They swing it. The Heat swing it. Bam, shoots a 3, and they miss. What we got to hope for is that the Heat fall in love with the 3 and they keep missing like this. Giddey comes back the other way. He goes to the rim. He does not get a call because, of course, he doesn't. It falls off the front of the rim. No good. 17-point game. The Heat come back the other way. See, like, where's that? There's no way. There's no there. If that, how is that a foul on Dalen Terry? But Josh's drive was not. That's weak, man. These refs are so inconsistent. Give me a sec, guys. I gotta plug my phone in. Hold on. 20-point game, 75-55. Io passes to Giddey, passes to Okoro. Okoro drives, pump fakes, gets it back to Giddey. Giddey for three. He misses. Oh, great offensive rebound from Okoro. He gets fouled by Ware. Oh, Okoro is apparently hurt now. Oh my God. What is going on? The Bulls were definitely tired tonight. That's what happened. Like when you're tired, this is what happens. He hyperextended something, I think. Okoro missed both free throws. You can't keep missing opportunities like this if you're the Bulls. Their only chance right now is to get hot from downtown. And it's gonna be hard because the Heat do a really good job of playing team defense. They rotate well, and Kello Ware and Bam Adebayo are a terror on the defensive end. All right, Pell Larson for the. Who is this guy? Pell Larson for the Heat drains the three. Coming back the other way, Giddey drives, gets it to Kevin Huerter for three. Great rebound by Dalen Terry, but we need Huerter to start making some of those, man. Good drive by Io Dosunmu to the rack. He gets a call. Holy crap. Can you believe it? We're going to shoot free throws. It's a miracle. This dude, Pell Larson, I've never heard of him in my life. How do the Heat do this every year? Dosunmu makes both free throws. 78-57. The Heat are up by 21. 8:20 to go in the third quarter. The Heat drive. Huerter gets a block, but they call a foul. Did they just toss Huerter? What did Huerter do? Yo, man. This game is. You've got to be kidding me. Is that the Tony Brothers guy? Huerter just smacked the ball to the referee. He didn't throw it at him. He just smacked it in his direction. Huerter's ejected. And that pretty much puts a nail in the coffin of the Bulls. He's one of the only guys that we have that can get hot. We need to put Javon Carter in, actually. at this point, and we got to hope that Javon Carter can get hot from 3. That's an awful ejection. That's an awful ejection from the ref, and that's the kind of stuff that invites questions about the NBA and the gambling crap. Nope, I never will, Neil. You're correct about that. Take your jersey off like Rodman. That's awful. I mean, the call was bad. You can't blame, like, guys in the NBA get frustrated all the time. But that's an ejection. That's an ejection worthy action. Give me a break. Sorry, guys. I was sending out a tweet there, but Pat Williams with a nice bank score, but the Heat come back and score as well. Still a 24-point ball game, 59-83. Giddey passes over to Dalen Terry. Dalen Terry crosses over, goes to the paint, gets it. They swing it. Ayo Dosunmu in the corner. Hits a 3. Big time 3 by Ayo Dosunmu. Davion Mitchell passes to Bam Adebayo, hits a mid-range jumper. Matas is warming back up. That's amazing to hear. Giddey swings it to Pat. Pat hits a 3. Pat Williams said, "You know what, coach? Put me in the game. I love it. 20-point ball game, 85-65. It looks like the Bulls are a little mad about that ejection. Let's see if this lights a fire underneath them." Vucevic with some awful defense. He sends Bam to the line. At this point, though, we got to keep Vooch in. He's one of our only chances to make up points on offense. But he can't guard the Miami Heat. He just can't. Bam makes his first free throw. Josh Giddey drives the lane and he gets fouled. I gotta be honest, I don't even love that foul. Like, can we let players play in the NBA? Like, when it gets ticky-tack, like it's been ticky-tack all night. Now, I will say it's been way more ticky-tack against the Bulls. But, you know, like, how many we've shot? We're not even, you know, we're halfway through the third quarter. And we've shot 45 free throws in this game. 28 for the Heat and 17 for the Bulls. I don't think that I've watched a ball game that deserves 45 free throws. It's like let the pros play. Let them play ball. Too many of these refs think that they're a part of the action too. And frankly, they might actually be a part of the action, but not the action on the court. Back the other way, Davion Mitchell passes to number 11, passes back to Norman Powell for 3. He misses. Matas gets the rebound. Great to see Matas back out there. Matas to Tre Jones, to Pat Williams, pump fakes. He gets it back to Josh Giddey for 3. We needed that. Good rebound by Matas. Swings it to Tre Jones. Back to Giddey. Giddey to the rack. Giddey scores. Let's go. 18-point game. And you could feel it. The momentum has swung. But can the Bulls keep it going? If the Bulls can keep this going and just make it like a 10-point game, they have like 6 minutes to make up 8 points. And if you can go into the fourth quarter with a 10-point game, anything can happen. And if the Bulls can win this game, the Heat will have that stupid ref to thank, because really the Bulls, it seems like they're playing a little bit mad right now. And I love to see it. When you're tired, sometimes you need a little personal beef to happen to give you that energy that you're lacking. And it seems like there's some like the referee doing that to Kevin Huerter ejected this ball club with a little bit of energy. Let's hope that it stays. All right, we're back. 18-point ball game. Davion Mitchell crosses over Patrick Williams on defense. He kicks it over to Pell Larson in the corner. Pell Larson shoots the 3. He misses. Rebound Kelaware, but he misses the putback. The Bulls get the rebound. They push it up. Josh Giddey. Now's their opportunity to make a dent. Dalen Terry to Matas for 3. Damn, he missed. He missed. That would have been huge. Sorry for the curse. My bad, guys. All right. Number 11 from the Heat passes to Fontecchino. He kicks it out, but Tre Jones gets the steal. The Bulls start running. Oh, Josh Giddey throws an alley-oop to Matas. Matas, you got to make that alley-oop, my friend. No excuse there. He missed a straight layup. But Josh Giddey got the rebound, and he gets fouled. He's going to the line. The Bulls are making up ground. Come on, Matas. You got to make that, brother. Josh Giddey gave you a dime piece. Josh Giddey at the line. He makes the first 17-point game. He makes a second 16-point game. 5:12 to go in the third quarter. The Bulls have a chance to make this very, very interesting here. Number 11 drives, kicks it out to Norman Powell. Norman Powell drives, and he gets a blocking call. Honestly, though, that was a foul. Dalen Terry's really mad, but that actually was a foul. He bumped Norman Powell pretty well. Yeah, you were moving Dalen Terry. That's a foul. Or maybe he's mad at himself. Norman Powell at the line leaves it real short. Wow. Well, the ball don't lie. It's a big miss of a free throw for the Bulls. That means they can keep trying to build this lead back or chip away at this lead. Norman Powell goes 0 of 2 at the line. Uh-oh. The momentum is swinging. You can feel it. Tre Jones crossover to the rack, and he scores with the left. 14-point game. Just like that, your Chicago Bulls are back in it, baby. That referee has lit a fire underneath the Bulls. Woo! Who's that? Davion Mitchell, though? Davion Mitchell crosses over. He gets to the rack, and he scores. Back to a 16-point game. Matas drives to the middle of the lane. He goes up and under. He misses. Come on, Matas. I like the aggressiveness, but I would like a better shot there. Ooh, Tre Jones tried to get back on this for the steal. Davion Mitchell is killing us. Back to the rack. He scores. That's kind of on Tre Jones. Tre Jones got Dalen Terry lost the ball. Come on, Dalen Terry. Get him out of there. I can tell he's trying to do too much now. Davion Mitchell's at the line because the Bulls are now, or the Heat are in the bonus. He misses the first free throw. He makes a second. 92-73. 19-point game. Bulls need to score here. Javon Carter in the game, he lifts a three and he misses. Really could use Javon Carter getting nuclear. Unfortunately, he missed. Bulls need a stop here. They cannot let the Miami Heat go back up by 20. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Davion Mitchell with a jumper. He loves to play the Bulls. I'll tell you, man. Tre Jones lifts a three and he misses. Damn, just like that, the Bulls have lost that momentum. They're back down by 21. Foul on the Bulls on Kellaware's putback. Come on, man. Talk about killing me, man. I was ready to be excited there with the 14-point game, and just like that, like Javon Carter is a liability on defense. That's the only thing about him being in the game. Kellaware makes his first free throw. I need the Bulls to come back on the Heat, though. They're making me so mad. They're like laughing on the bench. Davion Mitchell keeps talking crap to the bench every time he makes a shot. I needed Kobe White tonight so bad. Kellaware makes a second. Julian Phillips in the ball game. He has the ball. Kicks over to Io. Io takes a pick from Jalen Smith. Io finds Julian Phillips in the corner for 3, and he misses. He was wide open. You got to make that. You just have to. Too often this year, Julian Phillips. Oh, Matas with the help defense. Block. He tried to pass up to Io. I almost wasn't paying attention. Back to Javon Carter for 3. Javon, that is why you're in the ball game, bro. That's like 3 or 4 straight threes that the Bulls have missed. And this is the reason. This is the problem with the Bulls right now. Without Kobe, they are so inconsistent from 3. And they have a hard time sustaining runs. Matas playing good defense. Matas is everywhere on defense right now for the Bulls, but he cannot play a lick of offense. He goes to the rack, an easy layup, and he misses. He really is like the reason that we're like staying in it defensively, but he is also the reason we're not getting back in it on offense. Matas is in his own head, man. I'm really bummed out, guys. See, Bam's just laughing. He makes the first free throw. All right, Bulls back on offense. Javon Carter drives. They get it to Jalen Smith underneath. They call a foul. I'll be honest with you. I think that was a bad foul. Like these refs are just whistle happy, man. I thought that was good defense by the Miami Heat. Oh no, never mind. I thought it was a block, but he actually got wrist. Never mind. That's a good foul. Jalen Smith makes his free throws. We got a 22-point ball game. Good defense from the Bulls on the other end. They force an air ball from Bam. Aldo Sumu gets the ball at the 3-pointer, drives, and he gets rejected by Bam at the rim. The Bulls are just playing such bad offense. Drew Smith scores on the other end. He goes one-on-one with Matas, hits a little jump hook. Come on, man. Aldo Sumu takes a pick from Jalen Smith, kicks it over to Matas Buzelis for 3. He misses. Ooh, who just fired that laser from the Bulls? The Bulls came back and they missed on the other end. That's an offensive foul. Thank you. On Bam. He extended his arm. This is a pretty bad show of offensive basketball on both ends, but all right, let's see if the Bulls can make this It's a back on the other end. Io Dosumu turns it over. He throws it out of bounds. This is one of the worst offensive games I've ever seen the Bulls play. It's the worst offensive game they've played this year. I shouldn't say ever. I've seen some bad stuff. I'm just disappointed in them. Like they're much better than the team that they're acting like tonight. Fontecchino lifts a three and he makes it to. That's a dagger, man. That's such a dagger. Bulls come back. They had 4 seconds. Jalen Smith lifts a three and it's like 5 feet short. They have to be exhausted. That's the only thing. That's the only excuse I have for them. It's bad. We're down by like 27, man. Bummed out. Really bummed out. I'm sorry that I'm really like low energy, guys. I want to give you guys more. The Bulls have to give it to me, man. To have 75 points in 3 quarters, it's like 80s basketball. It'd be fine if they had 75 too, but they don't. They have 100. 102 to be exact. We're down by 27. It's so embarrassing. We're probably going to get a good look at the backups tonight. It's probably a shame that Noah Essengay is actually not on the bench tonight. He probably would have got run. And if they would have just kept that run going, like all they needed to do is keep it, like they got it down to 14. They just needed to play even basketball after that. Because then you could have because if you go into the fourth quarter down 14, you can come back from that easily. But like a 27-point ball game, the Heat will have to fall apart historically right now for the Bulls to win. Let's see what happens. I would like to just see the Bulls put up a fight and make it a better game. Let's build on something for the next game. Oh my God. What are you doing, Javon Carter? He drove. He's back to playing like the old Javon Carter tonight. So much for the Rainmaker. Fontecchino for 3 for the Heat, and he misses. Number 11 for the Heat gets the offensive rebound and scores. 29-point ball game. Josh Giddey just shoot every time down the court. He kicks it back to Julian Phillips to Javon Carter for 3, and he misses. I missed the Javon Carter from this season. Josh Giddey to Io to Javon Carter for 3. There we go. Our only chance right now is for Javon Carter to get ridiculously hot from range because we've seen him do it. We need him to make like 4 threes in a row, like crazy style. Offensive rebound for the Heat on a missed 3. Number 11 for the Heat lifts a 3 and he makes it. There's no energy out here for the Bulls. I feel like I'm matching the Bulls' energy right now. Yeah, I hate them. I still feel good about the Bulls. Let me be clear. Like I'm very well aware that it's an 82 game season. One loss only means one loss. You can get beat 150 to 10, and at the end of the day, that only counts for one loss. I know a lot of fans, they like go up and down with every game. That's not really who I am. I mean, I ride high after wins because you should always celebrate wins. But bad losses, especially when like this is like so much worse. Like the Bulls haven't played this bad all year. I'm very much going to just dump this in the trash after the game and not think about it anymore. I'm gonna have to do a post game on it, which doing a post game recap on games like this is rough. But I'm very well aware that like, you know, I still feel good about the season. If the Bulls just come back and beat the Wizards tomorrow, then they were like 3-2 on the week, and that's acceptable. I still feel good about everything with the Bulls. Now, if they like go, you know, I'm also gonna, you know, take into account the fact that like nobody on our team has had a good game tonight outside of maybe Josh Giddey. Sometimes when the whole team plays bad, it's an abnormality. It's not, you know, normal. So again, I'm not going to carry this with me. I'm not going to overreact to it. What I need to see is that the Bulls don't carry it with them. Right? Like the Bulls can't carry this on and let this like linger. They need to also mentally dump this game after it's over. Put it in the trash. Beat the Wizards tomorrow and everything's okay. We're also not at full strength. We really miss Kobe. I want him back with the starting lineup when he comes back. Like he doesn't need to come off the bench anymore because we need to be able to start games hot. I want to see Giddey and Kobe play together all game. Like when one's in, I want the other one in. Because that's the combination that's going to take us however far we're going to go this year. Oh, Julian Phillips just got stuffed at the rim. Giddey drove and he kicked it to Phillips on the baseline. He got absolutely devoured. I'm also bummed out. You know, the only reason I'm bummed out about this game is it's an NBA Cup game. And point differential actually matters. There's no way that we're advancing past the group stage with this loss, which sucks. Because I thought if we could advance to the knockout stage, I thought we would have a chance. I thought the single elimination nature of the tournament would play into the Bulls' favor. Because it's not like the Lakers or the Bucks, the two people that have won this tournament, they weren't NBA title contenders. So I really wanted to win the cup. Because I thought that this was like the title that we could win this season. That's probably the biggest reason why I'm bummed out. We're not winning the NBA Cup this year. Josh Giddey drives and turns it over. This is just bad, man. We're so disjointed. I think if the Bulls could forfeit, they probably would right now. It's a 30-point game, 108 to 78. Bam Adebayo dribbles, passes back out to. Okay, foul. The Heat are going to end up shooting 40 free throws in this game, and it's disgusting. That's the other part of it. That's also like a big reason why I'm not going to carry it with me is because, I mean, the writing was on the wall when Kevin Huerter got ejected for touching the ball to the ref. What are we reviewing here? What are we reviewing? Welp. Back the other way. Tre Jones to Jalen Smith to Pat Williams. Back to Tre Jones. Tre Jones drives, kicks over to Pat Williams for three. Misses. You know what? I would like to see them give the ball to Pat every time down the court and just see if Pat can get in his bag tonight. Good defense by the Bulls. They get a shot block. They run back the other way. Io. They miss Tre Jones is wide open. Okay, well, that's fine. Jalen Smith to the rack. He scores on a layup. 29-point game. But Jalen Smith falls to the ground when he scores. And because of that, his man runs all the way back and nobody helps him out. And his man scores a layup. Tre Jones has the ball. He kicks it to Jalen Smith on a cut. Jalen Smith can't handle it and it goes out of bounds. Heat ball. 31-point game. 8 minutes to go. Please let these 8 minutes go by fast. I need the refs to stop calling fouls. This game needs to end. We need a running clock. Bring it back to youth basketball. Drew Smith for the Heat lifts a three and he makes it. The Heat are just making a lot of. I'd be surprised if their role players play this good next time we see them. Tre Jones drives, loses the ball. You can't play as worse than some of these players are playing for the Bulls. Like a lot of these guys, it's their worst performance of the season. We're just completely disjointed. When it rains, it pours sometimes in the NBA, and that's what's happening tonight. This kind of reminds me of the Thunderball game from last year. It was one of the only because I started streaming games after the All-Star break, and when we played the Thunder, it was the Josh Giddey's first game at Oklahoma City. And I went into it really excited, hoping it would be like a big-time win and a Josh Giddey revenge game, and the Thunder just beat the crap out of us. Pretty bad. It was like this, except there was no official help. It was just the Thunder mollywopping us. And sometimes it's just like that. 35-point game. This might be the worst Bulls game of the year. And if I think about it like that, that helps. I'd like to get the worst game over with. Back the other way. We're down by 36. Fonacino drives, kicks it out to Drew Smith. Back to Fonacino to Bam in the corner for 3. Makes it. We've got a 39-point ball game. 119-80. 6:40 left to go. This time is crawling, baby. Javon Carter drives and he gets a foul called. Just let the game go, ref. Just let it go. Give us a break here, man. Yeah, at least every game is a learning experience for this team with their age. So I hope that they will learn from it. Miami's swinging that ball, baby. Drew Smith is going isolation on Tre Jones. Turnaround jumper misses. See, like, that's awful. Larson got an offensive rebound for the Heat, and he did like a 360 layup. Like, it was an awful shot attempt, and he gets bailed out with a foul call. What? Where's the foul? Whatever. Perhaps. I used to hate Billy Donovan. For anyone, I don't know if you knew this, but I was a published sports writer before I ever did anything on video. I was actually a writer. That's actually my greatest talent is writing. If there's anything that I'm actually like, I guess, cocky about, it's my ability to write. I missed one question on the ACT on like the college entrance exam. That's what the ACT is in America. Missed one question in English. I was in like the 0.1 percentile. So English is my bag, but back on the other end, Jameer Young's in for the Heat. What's up, Jameer Young? It's been a while. Over the back on the Heat. They're coming back the other way. See, I was a sports writer for a little bit for a couple of websites, thewindycity.com and Bear Goggles On. And real quick, I don't want to ignore the action. IO to Javon Carter. Javon Carter kicks out to Tre Jones. Tre Jones back to Javon Carter for 3. Miss. Rebound, Kello Ware. Larson in the corner to Jameer Young for 3. Jameer Young cashes. And he flips the Bulls bench off. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't do that. 40-point game. Bulls come back the other way. IO to Julian Phillips for 3, and he makes it. I needed that from you last quarter, brother. But nice shot. Oh, Jameer Young just got beat by Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith should talk crap to him. Be like, that's why we cut you for Yuki. That's actually what happened. Jameer Young literally got cut for Yuki, and then Yuki ended up not being able to play. When the Miami Heat picked up Jameer Young, that's when I knew I was right. Because last season I was paying attention to Jameer Young in the G League, and I was like, this dude's pretty good. He has a really crafty game. He's lefty. I always said that he reminded me of a G League Jalen Brunson. Because Jalen Brunson's, a little dude who knows how to worm his way into open spaces and is very crafty about getting open. And Jameer Young plays the same way. But obviously Jalen Brunson's better. But one of my most viewed YouTube shorts of all time is the Jameer Young short where I called him that. And I always imagined that Jameer Young. That was all Jameer Young's family that was excited that someone talked about their their guy. But Iodo Sumu and one, baby. But oh man, Stacey King looks depressed. Stacey King, someone reach out to him tonight. If you're a friend of Stacey King, send him a text. Kelaware with the dunk. 126 to 89, man. It's 37-point ball game. I'm sorry. I know I'm not giving as much commentary as normal, but it feels kind of pointless. Iodo Sumu for 3. I love it. If Iodo Sumu can at least, stuff his resume for 6th man of the year, that's about the best we can hope for right now. Easy bucket for Kelaware. Iodo Sumu dribbles around a Jalen Smith pick to Giddey in the corner. Giddey, you need to pull that next time. You got to just pull when you're open. I need to see you do that. Iodo Sumu pump fakes. He drives past Kelaware and he scores the layup. Iodo Sumu's having a heck of a quarter. His stat line's going to look great. The Heat just keep making it rain, man. They won't stop. Number 16 for the Heat drops in a 3. They have 131 points, guys. Bulls have 94. The Heat fall asleep on defense, and Josh Giddey has the easiest bucket in his professional career with that layup. Back the other way, and Pelle Larsson drives, and the referees inexplicably call a foul. They must not mind being here. Literally, just stop calling fouls. It's okay. Nobody's going to be mad at you. Let these players get home. But anyways, I wrote that was a long-winded way of me saying that I used to write articles, and I wrote multiple articles about firing Billy Donovan after our first play-in loss to the Heat. That was I wrote an article that was probably one of my best ever. It was about how Billy Donovan was the bridesmaid, but he would never be the bride. I think like my closing like couple of lines were pretty killer. There was like don't get it twisted though, Billy. It's not us, it's you. Some stuff like that. It was basically a breakup note. I that's how I wrote the article. It was like basically I was breaking up with my girlfriend, but telling her it was her fault. That's how I wrote it. And so I've not always been a big Billy Donovan guy. Now I started to come around on him last year. Oh, come on, Io. He made another 3. Oh my God, Pelle Larsson just made a windmill dunk. That's the wow. For a shorter white guy, that was pretty impressive. It's like I didn't know that they signed Mac McClung off of our hands. The Bulls need to remember this because the Heat are just stunting on us and dancing on our graves. And this isn't okay. Like the Bulls need to give them the business later this year. I love it, man. I'm glad. You know what? Good on you for actually going to study journalism. Because the Heat have made like their last 4 3-point attempts. They're pouring it on. They're front running like crazy. These bench players think that they're so great. It's easy to play basketball when you're winning by 40, guys. There's literally no pressure on them. Giddey with a nice rebound, but he missed the easy putback. Dang, Giddey got like punched in the face or something. Did they call an offensive foul for that? That was kind of Giddey's fault. He was trailing too close. That's good. That's a crazy offensive foul. That's just adds on to the bad officiating in this game. And I'm not I don't need to be a homer. Like, that was my team getting the call. But like, Josh Giddey was running behind the Heat player. The Heat player was dribbling and elbowed him in the face because he was dribbling. That's not a foul on the Heat. That's on Giddey. That's his fault. These referees are awful. Trash. Josh Giddey, crossover, back out to Javon Carter for 3. Air ball. Well, Javon Carter was the top 3-point shooter on our team at over 50% before this game. I don't think he's going to be there anymore. Jameer Young tried going to the rack like he was going to dunk on somebody, and Jalen Smith was not letting that happen. He killed that. He killed that shot. Oh, Jameer Young helped up Javon Carter. That's right. You know what? Jameer Young still has love for our players. That's the only player I want to see score for the Heat now. I just want to see Jameer Young fill it up. Thank God there's only 41 seconds left. It's a 41-point game. This is going to be the worst loss of the season, most likely. You hope. Javon Carter makes the free throw to make it a 40-point game. Can we make it under? Can we get under 40? Yes, it's a 39-point game. Kel Larson throws an alley-oop. If I have to see another alley-oop to Kelaware, I'm going to throw up. Oh, Javon Carter makes it rain from 3. He was not interested in losing by 40, I guess. Now it's a 38-point game. Jameer Young passes out to whoever that guy is. Down to Kelaware in the post. He shoots, misses. That's going to be ball game. Josh Giddey gets a rebound and an assist right before the end of the game. I love it. Pump them stats up, Josh Giddey. Most improved player. Let's go. What's that? Oh, yeah. By the way, we didn't tell the Heat. Last bucket wins. Those are the rules. The Bulls win. No, I'm just playing. Gotta make jokes. Gotta make jokes when you lose by 30. 36, I think it was, at the end here. Yeah, boiler up. Go Purdue. Bam Adebayo's having a good laugh with the referee as they walk off. Good buddies, I'm sure they are. They probably met through Terry Rozier, allegedly. Well, that's that, guys. Yeah, parting thoughts. Trev, yeah, I'm glad that you went and studied journalism. I should have. My problem with college was that I never went after any of my passions. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was 18. I just knew that I was good at school, and I should have went for writing because I was really good at it. But like, I was dumb, and I kept picking majors that were like safe jobs that made good money, and unfortunately found out the hard way that money wasn't enough of a sole motivator to make me want to be in school. So luckily I ended up getting to publish articles because of I just made connections and I was able to get hired at these sites. So I'm hoping to be one of the people that prove that it's who you know, not instead of the piece of paper that I failed to receive. That's why I joined the Army when I was 30. But that's almost over. Ends in February, and then we're going to see what happens. Yeah, I mean, they need to remember this and use it to motivate them for the next game. That's a fact. I can run through the stats with you guys. I'm really bummed out, and I would like to make the post game and get just like forget about basketball for a little bit. But I'll quickly run through the stats with you guys. I'm just going to talk about the important things, which is points, rebounds, and assists. I'm not going to sit here and dog guys if they had a bunch of turnovers. I'm going to save that for the post game video that I'm about to make. So Okoro had 9 points, 2 rebounds, 0 assists. Matas Buzelis had 6 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 blocks. Vucevic had 6 points, 4 rebounds. That's really bad. I said I wasn't going to dog guys. I don't know what Vooch was doing tonight. To be our starting center and have 4 rebounds, it's unacceptable. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Ayo Dosunmu with 23 points, 1 rebound, and 4 assists. It's a shame because he has a minus 33 in the plus-minus department. Giddey with 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. Wow, he was actually 1 assist away from a triple-double. I'm almost glad that he didn't get the triple-double because it would have been a meaningless one, and that would have just added fuel for the haters that love to say that his stats are meaningless, but whatever. It's a good stat line for his most improved player considerations, and so we'll focus on that. Jalen Smith with 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists, and 5 blocks. Wow. The Bulls did have 13 blocks tonight. It's about the only good thing that they did defensively. I think Jalen Smith actually collected like 3 blocks on Jameer Young at the end. It was kind of mean. But Patrick Williams with 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 1 block. I actually don't think Patrick Williams is one of the better players for the Bulls tonight. I don't think that stat line accurately reflects. He was actually like one of the positives. Dalen Terry had no points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Julian Phillips had 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. 2 rebounds and 1 assist, and 1 block. Javon Carter had 10 points, 2 of 8 from 3, though. That's going to really kill his 58% three-point percentage. And he also had 1 rebound and a steal. Kevin Huerter had 3 points and 2 rebounds and a block and a steal before he got ejected for the weakest ejection you'll ever see in your life. Tre Jones had 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals and a block. Overall, it's a really, really bad game. I mean, God, only 4 guys in double figures. And one of them was Javon Carter, who only got there because he was just jacking up shots at the end. The only guy that pretty much had an acceptable game on both ends of the floor was Josh Giddey. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, I guess. We need Kobe White. We only shot 28% from 3. They shot 37% from 3. That's never a good recipe. They also had 15 offensive rebounds. We had 8. So that's 7 extra possessions for them. They had 100 shots. We had 90. They had 10 extra shots. It's not going to win you a lot of ball games. They shot 44 free throws. We shot 28. I think it's insane that there were 72 free throws shot in this ball game. I actually think that's so gross. There was not nearly enough physicality in this game to deserve 72 free throw attempts between both teams. And the Heat shot 47% overall from the field. We only shot 41%. So pretty much wherever you slice it, the Heat outplayed the Bulls In all the important statistics, the Heat only had 10 turnovers. The Bulls had 18. It is what it is. Appreciate you, Trev. Thank you for being here, everybody. I'm sorry that this is by far like the least energetic stream I've ever given, but like the Bulls just got beat down all night, and it's hard. I ride with the team, and they gave me like a little spurt in the third quarter, and I got excited when we were down by 14, and that was the last time they gave me a reason to get excited. So you guys know me, and we'll have way better games than this, a lot of better games. So, Norman Powell has 3 assists. I don't know why they didn't count it. What's the difference of Norman Powell having 2 or 3 assists? I'm not sure why that matters. Maybe unless you're a Heat fan, or maybe if you have him in fantasy basketball, I guess I get that. Where do the Heat find these players? Yeah, I don't know, man. Eric Spoelstra is a great coach, and he finds guys that are going to listen to him, and he knows how to plug people. He knows how to plug role players into his system and make sure that they are getting the ball in the spots where they excel. And bam, there you go. That being said, the Bulls didn't give them like enough of a challenge tonight for me to feel like I thought that a lot of their role players shot exceptionally well. I'd be willing to bet that this game is much different the next time we play them. And gotta just go from there. So not tomorrow, Trev, because I have to. So it's my mother's birthday this weekend, so I'm going to spend. We have a birthday dinner tomorrow. I'm gonna be live tweeting, but I'm not. But I'll have a post game episode, but I won't be streaming for the Wizards game tomorrow because I gotta go to dinner with the fam. So, however, after that, I think the next game after that. So let me double check for you guys. The next game after that I'll be streaming will be. Yeah, we play the Wizards tomorrow at 7. We should win. I hope. Let's pray. If we lose tomorrow, that's going to be a much bigger cause for concern than tonight's loss. Tonight's loss was just one of those games, and games like this happen, but you can't lose to the Wizards. You got to bounce back and beat them. And then at that point, you've won 3 out of your last 4 games, and then tonight doesn't feel nearly as bad. Monday we play the Pelicans at 7, and I can't think of any reason why I would not be doing that. So I will see you guys Monday for the Pelicans game, at least for a stream. Please do tune in to my daily episodes. If you guys are not subscribed to me on YouTube, I'd love it if you did. Oh, that's very nice of you, Trev. I love that. If you're not subscribed, I do daily content, whether it's shorts, episodes, live streams, post-game recaps. I try and do it all. And I'm gonna go do a post-game recap right now. I'll be lucky if anybody watches this one, but hey, we'll see. Other than that, I think. Oh yeah, the only other thing I wanted to say is that Bulls Without Borders. If anybody doesn't know about that, like I have a show, and I'll bring up any of you guys that are on here on YouTube. If you go back to the beginning of the live comments, the first comment is from a Bulls Without Borders account. That is our Bulls Without Borders account, and so if you guys are interested, please do go and subscribe to that channel. I founded that channel, and that's us, and that's like me bringing together all of the top Bulls content creators from all over the world. That's what the Bulls Without Borders name means. We have our main hosts are me, Neil from C Red UK. He's based out of Ireland. Troy from Whole Lotta Bull. He's based out of Australia. Hayes from Chicago Bull Central. You guys probably know him. And Jamal from Bull Central. Different than Chicago Bull Central, I know. If you probably know the last two though, because Jamal and Hayes are both very popular on YouTube. Both have a lot of subscribers, and so really cool that they were agreed to do this show with me. We haven't been able to all five of us get on at the same time yet. It's only been me, Troy, Neil, and then either Hayes or Jamal. They keep switching off. I'm hoping that all five of us will be together for next Friday. That'll be our next episode on November 28th. And then we're going to also start bringing in guest hosts. That'll include like basically hosts of any other content creators in the Bulls community. I know that one guy that's going to be with us is going to be Sal from Horns Without Hoops, or I'm sorry, the Horns Over Hoops podcast. He just had me on his podcast 2 days ago. We recorded it like 4 days ago, but it released 2 days ago. And we had a great time. We're going to start bringing in a sixth guy. It's supposed to be a round table of all of the best content creators, and where we all give our opinions. We all bring a topic to the table. We all debate the topics. We each host the topic that we bring, and I think it's great content. I think it's awesome. It's a great way to see all of the people that you guys watch on YouTube collaborate together and interact with each other and talk ball and debate. Going forward, hopefully, as the channel grows, we'll be able to also bring in, instead of just hosts from other YouTube channels, I'd like to start trying to bring in people that like ex-players or anybody that works for the Bulls or in basketball in general. I know that Neil knows his name is escaping me right now, but the guy that does like the Bulls PA, that's just one example. I'd like to, we'll see how we grow, and hopefully we can bring all kinds of people on. Eventually, maybe even players. We'll see. So I think it's awesome. I hope you guys will tune in. We do live episodes, which is really a testament to everybody that's involved, because Australia is like 16 hours ahead of us, and Ireland is 6 hours ahead of us. So actually, when we film our episodes, Troy from Australia films it the next day. Like, it's the next day when he's filming. And Neil is a soldier and does our episodes. It's like 11:30 at night when he's filming with us. And it actually changes days from one day to the other for him while we're filming. So it's a really cool dedication by everybody. I think it's great content, and hope you guys will tune in for that instead of, hearing us all individually. There's nothing better than debate. So anyways, that's all I got for. Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, you guys are in the future. I think right now it's the 22nd for you, right? It's wild. But hope you guys will consider tuning in for that as well. And yeah, we're on X as well. If you are here on X, at Borderless Bulls. I haven't advertised that account nearly as much as I should. And if you haven't followed it, I'd love if you did, because it's that way I'm not talking to, the blank, the void on Twitter when I post with that account. Is Saturday afternoon in Australia. Okay, that's wild. Well, I'm sure, for Giddey, I'm sure he's wishing that he was there. That way he'd be preparing for the Wizards game in his head instead of dealing with this loss and answering questions. But all right, everybody, I'm going to let you go. My name is Philip Charles VanDerHeyden IV. I'm a sad panda tonight, but there'll be better games in the future. Game over. We lost. And I guess I should make use of that slide. Bulls lose. Beep, beep. We're losers. You got to laugh at it, man. You got to laugh when you lose by over 30, because otherwise you'll be miserable. And I don't want to be miserable. I'm a happy guy. All right, everybody. As always, thank you for being here with me. And I will see you in person on Monday. But if you check, or I will be talking to you guys on X or talking to you in the comment section on my episode. So I hope you guys all have an awesome weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. Don't get into trouble. Don't do drugs. Later, y'all.